And I am Larry Longtone.
And today we will be teaching you how to play the trumpet. Now, we are both very experienced professionals. I have worked part-time as an otter cleaner. And I was a small-town hog trainer back in my day. Now, you also have quite some experience under your belt, Larry, I believe.
I do, actually. Back in my day, I actually used to work down at Home Hardware. I was a soap dispenser. Does anybody want some soap? Soap? Excuse me. Would you like some soap? Soap? Would you like some? And a refrigerator door salesman.
Wow. Now, getting into this, in order for you to play the trumpet, you will need to first choose a trumpet. Now, you can go down to Long and McQuaid and buy a nice trumpet like this, but since you're a beginner and you'll need a cheap, inexpensive trumpet, so it's a good idea to go to a garage sale and purchase a nice one for well, it might not be in the best shape, but still, it'll be right for you. For about $5, $6, maybe?
Somewhere around there.
Fisher Price also makes some great... So the way you make a sound on a trumpet is by buzzing into a mouthpiece.
That's right.
And so you are going to need a mouthpiece. So when you choose a mouthpiece, you can go to the store, try some out if you want.
That's right.
There are a lot of them. Some are shallow, some are deep, some are wide. But really, you don't want to waste your time. Going through all this time just choosing one out. So just grab a handful, and you'll find out.
Of course, it might cost you.
Get 7. Pick one for every day, you know.
And
also, it'll be good to like keep your mouthpieces in
a mouthpiece holster.
Yes, pouches like these. And also, for your trumpet, you're gonna need a case.
Trumpet case. Cases come in many varieties, such as gig bags or real,
just standard cases that your trumpet comes in.
That's right.
Right. You can have many cases, as Larry he has many cases.
I have many cases.
He has one to match every suit he owns.
And I have many suits.
He has many suits. Now, in order to keep your trumpet in prime condition, you will need to purchase some items such as these. You can get, valve oil comes in many varieties. It's good to keep your pistons cleaned. And some slide grease, more slide grease. You can buy a whole bunch of varieties and, you know, just grab whatever you find off the shelf. I'm pretty sure it has some sort of use. Also, I was going to need to buy some mutes. Just straight mutes really don't do anything. They just look cool on your trumpet.
Exactly. Practice mutes will block your sound.
Practice mutes, of course.
They'll make you sound terrible.
But really, you don't need any of these because you want the world to know how you sound.
Exactly.
Right.
Especially your neighbors. Now, it is extremely important to know how to get ready to play. First, we're going to be talking about warming up. Now, warming up includes a variety of things, such as mouthpiece buzzing, perhaps some breathing exercises.
But that's more advanced stuff. You're a beginner. You don't need to know that.
Exactly. So we're just going to be talking about
just some rudimentary exercises to get you ready.
Of course. There is always some stretching. Now, you might think that you're doing some tongue stretching or some lip stretching. No, not at all.
Actually stretching to sleep.
Just gonna. Just gonna. Maybe some jumping jacks actually might.
Some jumping jacks is really good to loosen up the system.
Yeah, you know. All right. Okay. Oh, running on the spot. We cannot forget about running on the spot.
Right.
All right.
So while you are straining yourself playing trumpet, it is very important to stay hydrated as you are losing a lot of water and to maintain some minerals in your body.
True.
And
for this,
we recommend our special.
It's the Trumpet Player Sludge. It actually keeps you very well hydrated, keeps your embouchure in tune and perfectly playing perfectly. So now Howard and I are actually going to enjoy a nice, refreshing glass of our own trumpet playing sludge. Oh wow! No, it actually works really well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, what a great smoothie we made.
Let's go.
Next, we have position imposter. For this, I'm going to turn my chair sideways. Now, when you're playing, it doesn't really matter how you sit, as long as you just sit. So, you could basically be sitting like this, you know. Maybe you could just, hunched over is actually really, really good. It's yeah, you know. Maybe, maybe you could actually, throw your legs up on a table, so like that. Maybe just woo! And you could actually pay somebody like this just to hold your trumpet for you, so you could actually just chill. Yeah. Next, we are going to be talking about some breathing. Now, most people say heavy, deep. That's completely false. You want to breathe shallow and very rapidly, you know?
Because when you're playing trumpet, you're gonna have short breaths. So
Exactly.
Short breaths. So just practice with that. Oh my, he's having an asthma. If that happens, you know you're doing it right. So now that you've got all this down, you're gonna have to start playing the trumpet. Now, right off the bat, you won't be able to be nearly as good as the both of us.
It's just
We're
not
professionals.
It's just not.
So you're gonna want to start practicing.
That's
now,
right.
when you're as a trumpet player, you'll be playing a variety of different styles. So it's important to have a variety of different music to practice.
That's right.
Now, as a trumpet player, the audience doesn't care about the notes you hit. It's all about the sound, you know. So just pick a random piece of music and just blare random notes. Don't hold anything back. You want the world to know how good you are. And a good practice time would be anywhere from 20 minutes to until your neighbor starts screaming at you and threatening to call the cops.
Excuse me? You are playing way too loud and I cannot hear myself think.
How am I supposed to hear myself play if
No,
you're yelling?
No.
Yeah.
Happens.
But they'll have to get used to it. Because if you want to be committed as a trumpet player,
You gotta keep it up.
you gotta have the drive.
Exactly. Now, there are many different parts to the average B-flat trumpet that you could go into detail, but we are just going to name the basic few here for you to be able to get to know your trumpet a little bit better. So right up here at the top of the trumpet, we have the holder, because it holds the mouthpiece.
Very important part of your trumpet, because without the mouthpiece you will not be able to play.
Exactly.
And you will not be able to produce a sound. Now, after the holder comes this little section of pipe known as the spinal tube, and this is where the air will first enter your horn.
Exactly.
Mostly it's made of different materials. Really, it doesn't matter. Some people like to brag that, oh, I have a silver spinal tube.
Doesn't matter. It could be plastic.
It could be plastic. Then we have this thing over here, which we don't exactly know what it's for, so we've named it the appendix because we really see no need for it.
That's right. And next, as you can see here, these little things over here, these are called the spigots.
All right. So after the sprickets, we come to this curved section of piping known as the hook, or the angel's curve, or informally known to many as the bongo turn. And this is where the air will move to the next section of piping and eventually into the cylindrical parts of the
Now, after we pass the bongo turn right here, the air moves into the cylindrical parts of the trumpet. As you can see very clearly, these are not visible because of the professional silly strap that we actually have on the trumpet. But these right here are actually called the swinging cylinders, known to many.
No one really knows what they do, but
No, it's some magical.
when you start playing, you press down the buttons and then the sound changes. But we won't go into that. That's advanced chemistry.
It is. And then we come into this part of the trumpet right here. Now, as you can clearly see, it goes in and out, in and out, in and out.
And now we like to call this the taboo apparatus because really you can use it, but you shouldn't use it because no one else is going to use it. After the taboo apparatuses, we come out of the swinging cylinder into the conga turn.
Bongo turn, conga turn,
which is opposite to what? Yes, you see what they did there. They're geniuses.
They are.
And then come into this final stretch.
No one really knows how exactly the sound. It's just
it looks pretty. I think that's why they made it this shape. It just looks pretty.
It looks very
elegant.
Yes. So
nothing to do with resonance whatsoever.
And so therefore, we call this last large section here the telephone wail, due to the fact that it wails whenever air is put through there.
Yes.
So those are basically the main parts of the trumpet, as one can clearly see.
Alright, so we hope you enjoyed our little how-to video on how to play the trumpet, and we hope you will use these tips to your advantage and blossom into a Stradivarius. I am Howard Highnote.
And I am Larry Longtone. And this has been How-To Trumpet Videos.
Here we have the spinal tube. This is where the
also known the spinal tube of. Are you done?
the bongo turn.
The bongo turn. Professional looking valve guard.
Trumpet thong.
No.
Silly strap.
Silly strap, I like that one.
And so we recommend using our very special.
So actually, me and Matthew are just going to enjoy a special cup of our. That does not look safe. So now Howard and I are actually going to enjoy a special cup of our trumpet playing sludge. Oh. Ooh. Look at that. Howard and I are actually going to enjoy a special cup of our trumpet playing sludge. Look at that. Oh, what a great smoothie we made.
Let's go.
That was good.
Yeah.
Perfect for the trumpet.